Hey guys, now that we are starting our online lessons, I wanted to make sure that you know how to tune your violin. Most of you do, because we've been studying together for a while. But if you don't remember or it's badly out of tune, just wanted to do a review so you're prepared when we start our lessons on Monday. So here is our instrument, and there are two ways to tune. Fine tuners that most of you know how to use, and the pegs. Now, if humidity changes and weather changes, so you might need to use the pegs. The best way to do that, of course, is to have a tuner with you, which I will show you at the end of this video how to read. But for now, I'm going to show you how to actually change the string with the pegs. So you're holding your violin. Say it's A string, right? But now we loosened it. Say it got really warm or really hot or really cold, whatever happened that affected our string, so it slipped. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn it clockwise. Clockwise means that way. So if this is your instrument, clockwise is that way, right? We're gonna, to make it higher. And then we're back, right? So it's difficult to do at first, but you have to turn and push the peg at the same time inside. To lower it, you turn the opposite way. So to raise the note, go higher, go that way. To lower it, go the opposite. So righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, the same principle applies everywhere. This is a little bit harder, and you might need help from your parents if you're small and your hands are not strong enough. You might need some help. Another thing I do is I put my instrument on my lap when I'm sitting. So right now it's my leg is here, right? So I put my instrument on my lap and I pluck and turn at the same time while I'm looking at the tuner, right? To see if I'm there or close enough. And if you don't have to get perfect, you can get close enough, and then you can use the fine tuners to help. I don't have fine tuners here. It's an antique violin, so I only have one, because also older instruments stay better in tune and they're better set up to stay in tune. So I don't really need them for every single string. So what we want to go through next is fine tuners. All right, so fine tuners are the easiest thing to use, but it might come a little tricky first because you have to actually play while you do it. Okay, so well, I don't have one on A. So what I'm doing right now is I want to loosen and then raise my E string. So I put my bow here. I keep bowing so I can hear it and I can see on my tuning device, whether I'm using a tuner or like a separate app. Same idea. Higher is to the right, lower is to the left. So righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. You tighten the string, it gets higher. You lower the string, it gets lower, right? Same idea. So turning that way. I'm on camera, so it might be confusing, but I'm turning that way to make it higher, that way to make it lower. Very important is that you play as you turn your fine tuner at the same time, so you do not end up turning the wrong one and it doesn't work, and you keep turning, and it's getting way too tight and goes bam, and you've broken your string because you tightened it too hard. That happens sometimes, but it's not likely. So just check, look that you're turning the same string that you're actually playing, right? And looking at the tuner. So in a second, I'll show you how to read some of the tuning apps that you might have, and I'll come right back, so don't go anywhere. Meanwhile, hope you guys are staying well. See you soon. Forgot to mention that to do this, your left hand, normally that stays here, your left hand has to go under your right hand. Your right hand keeps bowing while your left hand is under there, turning the fine tuners, right? Like this. Tuning is actually a great bowing exercise too, because you can only give it a straight note for the machine to read it well when your bowing is very even, right? So try practicing with your tuner, see how straight your bowing is. And in just a second, I will show you how to use a tuner, so don't go anywhere. You might have an app or you might have a separate device for this. Let's see what we can do with that. There we go. So you should be able to hear me now. And I will show you how to read your tuner. The one I have right now running on the screen is Pano tuner, so it's panoramic view. It doesn't really matter. You can get this one. You can get any other one that, you know, looks totally different, but as long as you understand it, it makes it easy for you to use. So here's my A. Let's check if it's in tune. Almost, right? It's a little flat. How can I tell? It's because it's slightly to the left of the platform. So for this tuner, if you're not used to it, the platform has to be in the middle of the cursor. That means you're in tune. Or your cursor has to be in the middle of the platform. That means you're right in tune. And if it's slightly to the left, that means you're flat, like this. So this is flat. What do? We grow it higher. Now I'm too high. Now I raised it way too high, so let's come back. Let's try to stretch the A. There we go, we're almost there. Almost. As I told you guys, I don't have a fine tuner here, so. Okay, we'll go back to the peg. Here's one of the things you can do. If you need to use the peg, this is how it will look. Did it. Ideally, you want to keep playing at the same time as you turn your peg, but I know that might not be easy, and if it's stuck or it's not balanced very well. So yeah, put your instrument on your lap like I showed you and use a peg. So yeah, my voice is all over the place right now. This is just one of the examples of a tuner app you might have. They are not the same, they're not all the same, but they all do the same thing. So as long as you get a tuner that is chromatic, you will be fine, right? So right now, I'm a little sharp, see, because the platform is way on the left and my cursor is way on the right. Now I'm flat because I'm on the left of it. Now I'm right on, right? So it's in the middle. Perfect. Same thing when you're using your fine tuner. It's actually easier to see. Let's check if my E is in tune. A little flat. There, we fixed it. So your left hand goes behind your right is on top and keeps playing, while your left hand turns the fine tuner or the peg, whichever that you need to use at the time. And yes, that should be simple enough. If you get a tuner that just uses color-coded system, I've seen some of those that you can attach to your violin and it will show you if it's the right color. Green, that means you're in tune, but make sure that your tuner can read chromatic notes. So that means you're not just getting open strings E, A, D, G, but you're also getting all the notes in between so you can tune your fingers as well. Okay, all right guys, have a good week, stay safe, be well, and I'll see you soon in our online lessons. Bye. So I hope this was helpful to you, and if you have any questions, you can always ask me. You can even ask me during my lesson. There's a chat room inside our link where we're gonna have our lessons. Now it's gonna be like an online room, right? So you come to my room, but now it's online, and you can send files. I can send you files. You can send links. I can send you links. It will be amazing. So I promise it will be great. It will be different, of course, than our usual experience in the classroom, just because I'm not physically there. I can't really touch your finger and put it on the string, but you can do that, and we've studied long enough together that you already know what you need to do to practice and how to fix your intonation yourself, right? Everything else we will talk about right in class. It will be pretty much the same thing that we do in class. The only minus is I can't really change your finger myself. You have to do it. So this is actually better because that's gonna give you a little bit more independent responsibility to watch your intonation for yourself. Right? So I really look forward to these lessons. I'm really excited to get us started on the system. I feel like that's gonna give us a head start way above all the other schools that have not started online lessons yet. So it's gonna give us a lot of benefits, meaning that you're not gonna forget what you're doing. You're gonna continue practicing and you're gonna see your teacher too. So that's the great thing. And I'm gonna get to see you too. So we're both in contact. I'm really excited about this. Meanwhile, I hope you're well. Stay safe, adhere to the quarantine rules and everything that we need to do to be well and not spread the virus. But I'll see you soon, and I'm really excited to get started, wait it out, and then get started in person again. And I'll see you. Bye. Have a good week.